Hello children, I am Priya Tripathi, your English teacher. I hope you all are well at home. Today in English grammar, we'll study the chapter compliments. So let's start it. Children, you all know that every sentence has a subject and a verb, but there are some sentences they require complements in order to be completed. As you can see the example, if we write Dr. Avasthi made, so it is incomplete in its meaning. The question will come, made what? And the next sentence, Dr. Avasthi made advances in the study of blood plasma. So in this manner, this sentence is complete in its meaning. Similarly, some examples are given here as medical societies honored whom? But if we add him with it, the meaning of the sentence gets completed. Now the next example, Dr. Avasthi's research was what? So Dr. Avasthi's research was important. Now the sentence is complete in its meaning. One more thing children, that an adverb can never be a complement. As you can see the examples written here. The package is here. Here cannot be a complement because it's modifying the meaning of helping verb. Now if you look at the second example, the package is heavy. So the word heavy is directly related to the package because it's telling the quality of the package. So it will be a complement to the subject, the package. Now let's read about transitive verbs. Transitive verbs are such verbs which transfer their action to an object. If we say in other way, then transitive verbs do have a direct object. There are some verbs which need a word or phrase to express the complete meaning of the sentence. So such verbs are called the verbs of incomplete predication, and they are is, am, are, was, were, will, shall be, been, become, look, seem, appear, taste, smell, grow, etc. Children, for a sentence to have an indirect object, it must always have a direct object. But a sentence can have a direct object without an indirect object. Now in transitive verbs, verb that completes its action without an object. Means if there is an intransitive verb used in a sentence, then it does not need any object to complete its meaning. Let's see in the example. I apologized for my late assignment. Assignment is the object of the preposition for. There is no direct object. I explained about my sore toe. Toe is the object of the preposition about. There is no direct object. Let's read about direct objects. A direct object can be a noun, pronoun, or phrase that tells who or what receives the action of a verb. So a direct object always answers the question whom or what after the transitive verb. Transitive verbs that change according to the tense and subject, and they carry energy from one source to another. Now if we talk about such sentences where the verb carries the energy, I punched a wall. Punched what? A wall. I met Dr. Mason. Met whom? Dr. Mason. My uncle repairs engines and sells them. Repairs what and sells what? My uncle repairs engines and sells them. Linking verbs express no action. Linking verb, or we can say helping verb, express no action, so they never take direct objects. She was a sculpture. Sculpture is not the direct object of was. Was carries no energy. Direct objects are never in prepositional phrases. She worked with the clay. So no direct object because with the clay is a prepositional phrase. She worked the clay. Now clay is the direct object of the transitive verb worked. Now let's see indirect objects. An indirect object can be a noun, pronoun, or phrase that sometimes appears in sentences. It's written here sometimes appears. That means it's not necessary that sentence must have an indirect object. So if we talk about the indirect object, it always receives the direct object, either it is a thing or a person. Sentences with indirect objects follow the same pattern, means there is nothing new about it. Subject and then main verb, then indirect object and then direct object. So let's see in the examples. The waiter gave her the bill. Waiter is subject, gave main verb, her indirect object, the bill direct object. Pam left the waiter a tip. Pam subject, left main verb, waiter object, a tip direct object. Did she tip him $5 or $10? She subject, tip main verb, him indirect object, $5 or $10 direct object. Either way, she gave him a generous amount. She subject, gave main verb, him indirect object, a generous amount direct object. The way the direct objects are appearing, as in prepositional phrases, indirect objects cannot. The captain gave the crew orders. Crew is the indirect object. The captain gave orders to the crew, so no indirect object because to the crew is a prepositional phrase. Mom made us pasta. Us is the indirect object. Mom made pasta for us, no indirect object. For is the beginning of a prepositional phrases. If direct objects and indirect objects can't follow linking verbs, what can? Obviously, subject complements. A subject complement is a word or word group in the predicate that identifies or describes the subject. Let's know more about the subject complements. A predicate nominative is a word or word group that is in the predicate and that identifies the subject. Predicate nominatives complete linking verbs. Remember, direct objects could not. So here is the example. A dictionary is a valuable tool. Tool is a predicate nominative that identifies the subject dictionary. The winner of the race was she. She is a predicate nominative identify the subject winner. Let's read about object complements. An object complement is similar to a subject complement except that it modifies an object rather than a subject. Means it will be the same like subject complement, but the difference is it will tell about the object, not about the subject. In this example of a subject complement, the driver seems tired. This example is related to subject complement. So the adjective tired modifies the noun driver, which is the subject of the sentence. Sometimes, however, the noun will be an object, as in the following example. Let's see the examples. I consider the driver tired. In this case, the noun driver is the direct object of the verb consider. But the adjective tired is still acting as its complement. In general, verbs that have to do with perception, judgment or change can cause their direct objects to take an object. Complement, as in the following sentences, painted black. The judge ruled her out of order. I saw the Prime Minister campaigning. So these all examples are of object complement. So here the video gets end. I hope children you have understood complements. Thank you. We'll meet in our next video.